All right, this video is starting. All right, looks like we're live. Hello. I'm just going to check over here on Facebook, make sure that I get things rolling through here. Yep. All right, we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the November Taxdome updates. Each month we go live with our favorite Taxdome employee. We have Niko Witt, who is a senior account executive with Taxdome, and Niko comes and shares the latest and greatest releases from Taxdome. And we're in the season of releases, y'all. So buckle up. It's going to get exciting over these next couple of months. But Niko's going to go through each of the changes that have come out. Taxdome puts together some great content around blog posts and letting you guys know, even within the Taxdome system, exactly what has been released. But we love to share this here, so it's all in one place in case you miss something. And, we love to talk about best practices and some ideas around how you can use these new features and the updates, as well as Niko likes to sneak out and tell us a few little secrets here and there of things that are coming in the future. So, yeah, let's dive in. Niko, hello, how are you?
Hi, Jimmy. Thank you again for having me. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be with you guys here every month.
Yeah.
For the new people that are here, I just come here just really every month to talk about a little bit the new things that we are releasing. For those who don't know, also Taxdome has like a beta program where we test out really things before they go out for you or for everybody else that is using Taxdome. So I usually come here just to just talk about the things we have released and that how affect or how it changes the maybe the way that you are currently setting up Taxdome or what new changes you can improve there. And sometimes if I have it available, I then can show you some things on the beta program.
Yeah.
If it's on beta, it really usually means that in a couple of weeks, if everything goes well on our side and there are no errors or changes that we need to make based on the feedback, then it should be released to you as well.
Yeah, it's been lots of fun things coming through the beta group. I've been really excited to hear some of the features. A lot of them are optional. I will add, like sometimes these features that Taxdome is releasing are not, you do not have to take them. If there is something that is going to fundamentally change the way that you're working, there's times when you may want to decide, I'm good. I'm happy with my process. I'm happy with how much time I've been saving using Taxdome. And so I just want to give you permission. If you're like, I don't need to take this, then don't take it. Just continue on with your merry way. Do know though, at some point there can be, and I've been in software for a long time, but if you refuse to take updates, there can come a point where it will no longer work for you and you will become inefficient at some point. So don't always defer from taking on new things, but maybe adopt the mentality of I'm going to try it on a couple of clients and see how it goes, and give yourself permission to test things and experiment with things rather than feeling like you have to go whole hog on these changes that are coming. And I will say sometimes Taxdome does change things like the user interface or the way in which the system operates. Can't avoid those. So just know that that is the kind of the season of software that we're in this world. There's change is kind of constant. So you need to learn to adopt that mindset of that change is okay. And sometimes I have to take it and sometimes I don't, and I get to choose in those situations. But know that ultimately the change is good and Taxdome is making improvements to the software because honestly, that's what you guys want. As much as you say, I don't want things to change, you really do, because the softwares that didn't change, you're no longer on them, right? Or they're no longer around, period. So this is all good stuff, and just have the mindset that change is okay, and I will get through this, and it will make it much less painful. So Niko, please share with us the change, and let's talk
Perfect.
about it.
Thank you so much. That was a great introduction. Yeah, great explanation. And that's really true, right? I mean, we always try to release features and we always try to make some changes. And as you guys probably know, so there's a lot of feedback every time coming out to us. So it is up to our decision managers to change things. For today's, I have some updates, really more like on the workflow, some little bit well designed or improvement that we made also to try to save time, and that the jobs and the portals and well the way that you track time in Taxdome changes a little bit, because well it has been a feedback from everybody that the billing part with the time entry and all those things should be improved a little bit. So they are working on that. So there are some changes on the time budget, and I did mention this, I think it was last month, that it was going to be released. Now it is finally released, so we made that change. But let me go ahead and share the screen. We can now go over how this looks, where it shows, and what you can do with that information if you really track time and what options for reporting you really have, because, right, I mean, you track time to understand how much time you're taking to complete whatever work you're offering, and then also maybe have an understanding internally of maybe where you need to improve, where you can charge something more, where you can charge something less. But to go into the details, I am here on my workflow section. This is just my job list, my all the clients that I'm doing currently I work for are, and this is a demo account. I don't really use Taxdome, so I just created a couple of time entries for some of my clients here. This would be like for taxes, but it's just for the demo, honestly. And what we have here is, well, we added a lot of new columns into the job section. You have to scroll or move to the right, and you will see a lot of more columns now. There's a lot of more data in there, but specifically what I want to show you today is the job budget plus time or time budget tracking and variance that you can then now track in Taxdome and understand and have a report for that. So basically, I'm just going to show you, I don't know, a job here card, for example. What we are just really doing, or what you guys now have, is the option that once you create a job or even on a job template, you will have the option to have a time budget right here, and then like select how many hours you plan that your team or that you plan that it should take to complete whatever service you're offering to those clients. Then we also added on the job actual card, we added some changes. These are actually like design changes where the time entries show up a little bit different on the right side. And if you have also time that you are tracking, you can just track it directly from the job. This was previously already, but you can see all the time entries here, and it has, well, changed a little bit on the design to make it a bit easier to see. Anyway, what the report will really show is that you will be able to see on the job list all the time that you plan that you're going to spend on a client job, on a service that you're offering. What is it that your actual employees or yourself are tracking on time? Understand what is the difference. So maybe you are overcharging or not charging enough, or you want to change something right there. And we then also have it actually open here. We added this by default into the reporting page, but there is a report, or you can customize a report that has a report on the time variance, so that you understand their employees or the time that your employees are tracking versus the actual time that you plan that they are supposed to work on a client, so that you can have an understanding as a supervisor, as an admin, what is the difference. And I'm just wanting to show you this. This is my demo account, so maybe it does not make too much sense, but I'm sure you will make good use of that. So that is, the change on the job budgets and on the time tracking. The next thing that we are actually working on for like a continuation of this feature right here is that it's not available as of right now. It will be, I think, in the next weeks, or maybe actually have access on beta, but you should not have it. Is that on the teams and plan member, or in the section where you control the access of your employees, you will be able to control, and you will be able to have a section where you can just manage how many hours you're expecting that employee to work on your office every day. That is like the next change. I cannot really show it to you, but so that you guys know, that would be like between now and the next month is what they are building for that section, so that you can already assign a budget to that.
Yeah, and then the ultimate goal would be having some capacity planning, if that is important to people that have team members. So you can actually see, I have this job, for example, this tax prep job or set of tax prep jobs are scheduled for next week, and they're going to Sally. Sally has 20 hours to work, but Sally now has 40 hours of tax prep on there. We need to reschedule some of those to another time. So it'll allow you that higher level view, a global view kind of your employees and the time that you have scheduled. And you can even use it for yourself if you're a solo practitioner. Like, that can be a really nice view as well for managing that workload more effectively.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think I'm excited about the time budget. One of the things we discussed in the program was the ability to, if you don't want to do all of your clients, you could pick a sampling of clients that you want to track your times on. Those that you're concerned are more complex than they were, than you think they are. Bookkeeping, you could do like a couple times a year. You could have your team actually go in and track their time for a month. If you're not somebody that wants to have people tracking time all the time, it's called like testing periods or time tracking periods, where you're going to track for this period and see how the actual hours equate to the work that you think that you're scoped for. So that's a nice way to play with those as well. So don't feel like you have to track for everybody all the time. You could just do these little pockets of testing of the times that you're actually taking for your work.
Absolutely. Yeah, just really to see where you are at, and if you can maybe improve something, or do something on your pricing or on the way you actually track it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
On the job card, I did wanted to show also, this is just a design update, or well, it's actually a new feature, but nothing really changed too much. Before you had the option to link any information to a job, like the most common things that I'm sure you use it is like for messages that you're sending to your client or for invoices that if it's automated, it goes to the next stage. But now you have a function also to just create anything new from here. So you don't have to like exit the job and use the plus new option. You can just start anything new directly from here. This is just like a design change.
I think that is probably one of the features that our community was most excited about, Niko. It is a small thing, but it is a massive thing to not have to remember to link your jobs when you're sending out a proposal or link your job when you're sending out a chat. It always gets forgotten, and then all of a sudden the job moves to the next stage and it triggers all the next, like it's just messy. And so we don't have to leave the job card. Like this is a beautiful update and one that you guys should be like doing cartwheels about. Especially, and you may not appreciate it yet, but you will.
Of course, of course. So now there is the link option, I guess, used to be right there, but it's also a plus new on the right side on the option. And it has the same features, right? It's just that you are doing something new for that specific project, for that specific job that you are doing for a client.
And it automatically links your job and everything. So yeah, it's fantastic.
So that is,
and it also tags the proper account, so it knows that it's for this account as well. So it removes clicks. We're all about removing clicks.
Yeah, and then also like the track time is option is there at the top, right? Like I said, but you can also then just track the time or start a new time entry from here, and then it allows you to do like manually if you need to. That sometimes is the case. If you just track at the time it just started, but from here you can manage a little bit more information.
Cool.
So those is the changes right there. Actually saw something on the chat. Let me just double check. I see this means of making sure that they don't promise my clients because I told them too many people that their jobs will be done. Oh, okay. Perfect. All right, let's go over the next change. We already covered all about the workflows, and guys, of course, there's this report function on the dashboard for reporting. If you guys want to have a look at it or change it, or maybe not, but we did have we created a default report for that time variance, and that you can have a report for that. But let's go over the next thing. For that, I'm actually just going to open my test account right here. My test account is myself and my wife, but the reason I'm just explaining this is I have two signers, so two actual email addresses, and Taxdome has now released, finally, I know that a lot of people were asking for this, the option to request signatures without your clients having to log into the platform. So this is now a setting, is an option on Taxdome. Your clients can sign through the portal, through the application if they're using it, but you can ask anybody else by just adding a new signer, and it will create a contact if you want to, or it will not create a contact if you don't need to, but it will just send them an email and they will be asked to sign. And there is a setting now on the firm setting page that you guys should be able to see. If you scroll to the signature page where you control if you want to have KVA or not, there is now a setting that you can control by default for the whole firm. If you want to require your existing clients to log in to sign the documents in Taxdome, or if they are not required to log into the system.
Cool. I do want to give one security shout out for you all to consider. We are recommending best practice be that requiring login for e-signature be on, because KV, or not KVAs, 8879s particularly typically have social security numbers on them, and they also have oftentimes bank account information. So do note that when those links go out, they're only good for 7 days, but anyone could click on them. So if somebody's email was compromised, they could click on it, have their social security number, they could have their account numbers for the bank. All those details are there. So there is some risk considerations. So look at your WISP, make sure that you're in alignment with your WISP if you have one. If you don't have one, you should have one, but just note that security risk and with this feature, and choose accordingly. And if you are brand new to Taxdome, this is toggled off on default. If you have been with Taxdome for a while, they did have this toggled on, so it should default to requiring login for e-signature. So if you are brand new to Taxdome, that might be a consideration you want to make, and go in and make that switch to require the e-signatures or the login for that.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So this function, I mean, it should, if your existing clients are already signing to Taxdome, I agree with Jamie. I just recommended to leave it the way it is, and they just sign to Taxdome. But maybe you have someone new or someone that you just need to do something for them, maybe that they are not going to then ever need to sign anything else, or maybe a person that you know that they don't have a portal yet with you and you need them to sign something, that may be helpful. But if your clients are already using Taxdome, just leave it as it is. It will just be still through the application, nothing changed on that part. It's just an extra feature that you know that at if any point you need something from your clients, then someone that is not your client or a signature, you can add them, right? Like another signer right there.
Yep.
Perfect. So that is actually the major updates for this month. There are no more updates. The rest of the things are a lot of things are in beta. We are enabling this part that you see right here. This you guys will not see it now, but you know we are working on well having an option to control over or that the admin has a control over who needs to require two-factor authentication for extra security on the portal. As of
And
right
this is
now,
for
that
clients. You already have this for team members, but you would now
exactly
have the ability to require 2FA, two-factor authentication for your clients. So you can
correct.
toggle this on and it will make them have to have the authentication key to use it as well.
Exactly. So it's just for extra client security. Or so right now you can just like force it to your existing team members or in your office. But we are also making this feature work for your clients so that you can require them to have a portal with you and that they have to enable some two-factor authentication portal right there.
When this does roll out, guys, don't just turn it on. You need to communicate with your clients that this is something you're doing because they will have to do some setup on their side to make that work. And you will need to give them the details and the instructions on that. But if that is something that is important to you and your WISP requires it, or it's written into your plan, then this will be available, which will be a great thing. I know there's some people that are waiting for this.
Yeah, exactly. So
excited
that'll
about it.
be some feedback. What else? We are still releasing Taxdome AI for the renaming of the client documents. That has not been released yet. It will be, I think, a bit more. But well, it will be a setting that you can also choose to activate or not. Like we talked at the beginning, this feature, what is really going to do is it will allow the scanning of the mobile application or your clients uploading document. Whenever they scan a document, instead of saying scan one or picture one or whatever that is, it will actually recognize the accounting forms that you are uploading, and then it will tag them and rename them accordingly. This is actually also connected to the tag or to the tagging section in Taxdome, where we had to create some tags by default, and the tags that are here with this like little nice I don't know, icon that our product team did. These are the forms that are going to be recognized when they scan. But this is in beta so that you guys know, but it will be released soon and you can choose to activate it or not. It will not store the data anywhere. Yeah, sure.
So I had a question about this.
Yeah.
When these tags are added, are they able to be deleted? Can you go over to I can't remember.
Yeah, you can delete them, yeah.
If they did delete them, what would happen?
It will, I think what will happen, I can verify, not 100% sure, but my understanding is that they will not recognize that form and it will not be tagged automatically.
Okay. And the tags go on the document. So when they're in the document
correct
management system, they will see the tags there. So you have a quick view
a quick understanding. Exactly. So there's if I just go into, let's say, my document section here, there is the tag section that will show it right here.
Okay. So and can you manually update the tags?
No, it's by default on the system. So it's the system that does that for you.
Will it go back and do previously added documents?
No, I think it's just for the future.
Okay.
Like any scanned documents, right? Because they are really the documents that they scan so that the system can detect it. So it should be only for the future.
Will you be able to add tags to previously added documents?
That actually, I don't know, Jamie. I actually have no idea that, but I can definitely ask. Should I ask and then get back to you by email so you will share it before? I mean, still in beta anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you want to, I can, but I can ask and send you an email so at least you know that information already.
Yeah, that would be great. I think it would just be helpful just to know kind of like what the whole picture is and as we go forward.
Okay. Yeah, sure, for sure. But I don't know actually if it will do or it will allow for recent documents. I know for sure it does like for any new ones, but I don't know if you have like the manual option to go on the back. That's I don't have the accurate information, but I can definitely investigate with our product team there that it's doing all this feature release.
Yeah, I had a question about two-factor authentication from the comments. If we will be providing some documentation in the workflows group program for how to set that up. Yes, we will. We'll give you like templates and things you can roll out to your clients to make that easy for you. This is brand new to beta, so the two-factor authentication is not coming, just like the stuff that's working here. Katie mentioned that it wasn't working for her recently. And so when things are in beta, like they sometimes will work and they sometimes won't. They're like doing development and they'll like put it on and
Exactly.
then they'll pull it off. So that's why it's in beta so that we can check to see if these things are working. So these tags, the AI is not currently broadly available yet. So
Yeah,
it will be available.
it will be available soon, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, I mean, we're also beta is also all about feedback, right? And you guys provided very valuable feedback last time that we spoke about the request and that you asked that it should have a template. So now request, I think is not really yes, but it will have a template function. So it
Yeah.
is already being worked on so that we have a template for the client's request directly as well.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I see it
excited about
already
that.
here, but yeah, I'm in beta as well. So you guys maybe you don't see it yet, but it should be in the next hopefully weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, the client requests that the template makes it much more valuable.
Right, yeah, it's just easier, right? So all the common things that you have. Perfect. Just to wrap it up, another thing that we are releasing also very soon, I think maybe I actually showed this already. I'm not sure that here on the client list, we have now some extra columns, like on the main CRM list, where you can customize which columns you want to see. But anyway, we have a column that shows me if the toggle for the clients or for the contacts have been toggled on or if they are off. So I have a clear preview of that. And we are releasing, it should be this month, the option to edit the notify the login access and the email synchronization in bulk for all of your clients. After they are imported, or any point, you can just deactivate or activate many clients together at the same time. So it's a bulk action, but it will allow you to toggle those features on and off, or those toggles on or off to control that. And if you do change, let's say, for example, the notify option here, then you can also customize the notifications that your clients are going to get. And then to clarify, this setting is like really very specific for your client's notification, not the notifications you get, but what type of notifications your clients get on the portal. So you can also do these things in bulk for all those clients that you are activating or deactivating. If you have new clients or if you are new to Taxdome, this will help you a lot.
Tread carefully when you're modifying the specific notifications because you want your clients to get notified for things. You can also set at the individual contact level these notifications to turn them off for, say, a spouse who's complaining about too many messages and they only want to see the signatures. Do not go through and turn all your clients on to only see signatures because they will not get any of the notifications about the other things you need them to do. So
Absolutely,
just
absolutely. Very important.
be careful about this feature. I think
Exactly. So
this is
what I always say, test it out first, right? Test it out with the
oh yeah,
client, see how
absolutely.
it goes, and then you will see exactly what it does. But that is really the honestly, all the features we released this month and the things we have in beta. I don't have anything else really to show today or to cover. We did have this very small update on the Zapier integration that now also you can update tags to Zapier. I know Zapier is not too much used, but if some of you is using Zapier, there's an extra functionality for the Zapier integration. Nothing really for me to show or show you, or just really to explain that it's an extra function on the Zapier integration. But that
Awesome.
would be all the updates for this month. Jamie, I don't know if we have some questions or anything you want us to maybe go over. Otherwise, yeah, that would be for all from my side.
I am not seeing any questions on Facebook. We had a couple questions in the chat here. Does anyone have any questions that they would like to chat with Niko about today on the Zoom? Cool.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, that's
Maybe not
okay.
today.
I know everybody is busily working on updating their pipelines, getting pipelines set up. Like there's a lot of work going on in the background. So as you guys have questions, do know we come and we share these every month. And we will be coming back in December. December will probably have some good releases. January will probably have some good releases. I know Taxdome's working on a few really big things in preparation for tax season. Do know that those changes do come out right before tax season. Again, you can choose to adopt them or not. It may just mean there's some functionality that you're not going to use, but being prepared for the change that will be coming, pay attention to the notifications that Taxdome's releasing, plan on coming to this in December to the third Wednesday of the month. And we'll try and keep you as informed as possible and make sure things are working. And of course, if you want more guidance, more hands-on support, beyond like the Taxdome help desk, workflows for tax pros, we're going to be opening the doors on December 2nd again. So you guys can join us. We can provide you with our signature templates in preparation for tax season, give you the tax prep, all the things that you need, the organizers, the emails, the client experience, all of the jam to make sure that your tax season is really effective. And then we'll guide you and help you understand how to use Taxdome in the small practice and setting, because that is where we thrive. So I just want to say thank you to Niko for being here. And we always appreciate you sharing what's new. And we'll see you again in December.
For sure, for sure. Thank you again for all your time, and thank you for your questions. And well, I see you next month.
Sounds good. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.